Welcome, everybody. My name is Sol. Before we get started, remember we're going to be trading in live market conditions. So if we take any trade, it's not intended to be taken or replicated in your own accounts. Remember, there might be some latency between what I see and what you see on your edge. So just be responsible for your own trading, winnings and losses. But I will show you how to read the market, how I read the market, and how some techniques of risk and money management that might be applied in every situation and all the time frames. Now, because of the hour time limit we have in the trading room, so I might trade the shorter time frames, but you can take the same concepts and apply them to larger time frames. So that being said, let's get started. So as usual on Mondays, we'll give a big picture, a big perspective for what can we expect for the week, for the upcoming week, and some long-term analysis. And then if we have some time and some short-term opportunities, so we'll go ahead and do that as well. Also, guys, let me remind you before we get started that tomorrow I will be hosting a webinar on scalping. So for all of you that are interested in scalping, you can see the link right now on the chat. Go ahead and register. It's for free, and I will go deeply on what really is scalping and some scalping techniques that might be applied to all your timeframes and strategies and techniques. So it'll be interesting. I'll be doing that tomorrow. I believe it's 10 or 11 Eastern. So you can go to the link and look at the time, and I'll hope to see you soon, to see you there. Now let's go now. Let me look at the chat. Daniel, you started 10 days ago with the fivers. Welcome. And it's your first time here in the trading room, or have you been here with us previous trading rooms? Market is dead, unfortunately. Yeah, it's quite in a range, but there's still some trading opportunities. So just keep coming, and we'll have some fun together. And all of you, please just turn your chat so everyone can see what you write and what you type, and not only the panelists. You can go there and switch that to all attendees and panelists. That will be more friendly to everyone. So okay, let's get started. Euro USD, the daily, we are stocked since, I don't know, the few months ago already, since July or August, in this huge range. We were attempting to break that one time, and then a second time, and we've been hitting the low part of the range and just trading sideways. However, there's some bullish pushing in this market right now. You can see we formed this quick up movement, and then a pullback, and then we're testing once again the resistance levels right there. So if there's going to be a break of this range, might happen this week, depending if there's any important news announcement or so. We might see a break, or at least try to break this consolidation. That's why, and because of the previous movement was to the upside, my bias for this week is still to the upside. So I will be trying to align my trading to that. I will be looking for buying opportunities, any kind of pullback to the support area, or to these levels right there. I will go to lower time frames, maybe the hourly chart, and look for some demand points, and I will try to buy those areas. If I go to the hourly, we can see today we had a little break of these previous resistance points, and that have created a new demand right here. So if price goes down to that area, that's a good buying spot, for example. Okay, so that's for the euro, and we have similar setups for all currency pairs. Let's go to the Kiwi. Kiwi, we just broke off these previous levels right there. So this area right here, I assume if we go to a hourly chart, let's look at that. There should be some clear demand. Okay, you can see right here or back here. So any attempt for price to go back to that area, I will be looking for to buy. Now, because of the formation right now, it looks very, very bullish. So I will also try to buy this market. This test right here, that aligns with these previous highs. So right there. So we were there already, and we have some rejection to that area, but now we're breaking off that, and I don't see anything stopping this market to continue to these levels, and of course those levels right there. So we have some room. Now the break has been a bit slow, but still the bias it's for the upside. So if we see any kind of pullback or something, we can try to buy demand areas that we can find in lower time frames down here. The pound, and I'm long on pound right now. You can see the position is open. Again, same. We had yesterday or the last week, we closed with this candle right here, a big rejection from last demand that was back here, and we can see the follow through of that bullish momentum. And now we're in the middle of the breakout, so I need to wait for the close of this candle to see if there will be a continuation, or if the New York session will reject this whole day, the up movement, and will form a tail in the upside. So I don't think so, because if that was going to happen, I think we would have seen the movement already happen to come down, and it hasn't happened. So again, I will be trying to go long, and I don't see any supply. I have to go to lower time frames and see how this looks on lower time frames, if there's supply there. It's right there. Whoop. So I guess that's supply, and that might be the last thing that might stop the market to go up. And that's why my take profits, it's right there. And we have this, that would be the supply area. So we should be a reaction of prices once it gets there. But other than that, and if it doesn't hold, we might see a big uptrend. And after that, I don't see anything. Maybe until here. I don't know. Again, I have to go zoom in here and look how it looks, or maybe let's go with that. Zoom it. Yeah, so this is not supply. You can see it's very choppy here. I don't see the supply there. So I guess this area right here. So there's resistance there and there's supply. So that might be, if there's a break and a continuation to that up movement, next target would be all the way up there. So that first target, it's a good place for maybe the partial profits, and then waiting for the continuation. The continuation would give us another almost 300 pips. So it might be worth holding to that and see how this behaves up there. For that, so that's for the pound. I think the bottom line is a weakening of the US dollar, which fundamentally kind of makes sense, but also there is a big demand for US dollars in the world. So at some point that demand will also bring some strength into the to the dollar, and we might see this trend try to reverse. Aussie again testing these highs. Let's see how it's behaving. Okay, this is the highs we're forming, and next supply available right there. So it's 60 pips away. Demand, I don't see anything on the daily, but this. But I guess if we go to lower time frames, we might see some demand also there. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, you can see the demand here. Okay, you can see this this big push to the upside. So any kind of test to that area, it's a good opportunity to buy. So that's for the Aussie. And the yen, we had last week this huge candlestick that should have provided a continuation of that movement. However, it failed to form. There hasn't been any kind of continuation. So we're sticking to the downside. There is some demand down there. You can see the demand where we are right now and down here a little bit. So that's why I might expect a little bounce for a little scalp of this area right here, but that would be counter trending. So so the overall bias is for the short side. Let's see if we find any supply. Okay, we have supply here and we have supply there. So any push high to these areas, those are good points for selling opportunities. A similar pattern on the Cad, we're sticking to the downside, and same for the Franc. We also had this huge push and then they failed to form a pivot and then a continuation. So that opens the door for more down movement. If we go to the hourly, we have nice support here, supply, I'm sorry. We have nice supply, so any test of that area, that's a good opportunity to short. Let me see what else. And of course, demand all the way down here. I don't see any here. And let me see if there's any other supply available. No, there's no supply here. So so the next available trade is this area right here. That zone to join the down movement. That would be a very nice. This is a very nice setup if price comes up here, because we have the breaking point. Supply, very clear supply. So a pullback or a retracement to that area, that's a great opportunity for joining the downside. But we need to see price going down to that area. And I guess those are the majors. And let me know, guys, if you have any pair that you trade and you want to give your opinion on that one, or you want me to give my view on it. Daniel, I'm long on Euro USD. I'm in profit 4 days ago. Where do you get in, Daniel? 1, 2, 3, 4 days ago. So I guess somewhere here. Now we're in profits. Now, if we go to lower time frames and we try to catch some short-term trades, we need to go. I like to go to the 5-minute charts and I try to look for a pattern. So let me see if I can find any. Again, I will be aligning my trading to the overall bias. So I'll be looking for buying opportunities. Let's see what's going on with the pound. Okay, on CAD, we have nice supply there. So, okay, we're a few pips ago from that. Let me see daily. We're forming these tails in the downside. Let me see how that's forming. Okay, so we will be coming to that little supply from a big hourly reaction to that demand. The overall bias is to the downside, so we could try to take some shorts. I'm not sure I will go blind to this one. I might rather to see how this reacts, and depending on price behavior, I might try to short this market. So let me just mark that. Actually, the breaking point was here. So have an eye open to that area, and the supply on 5-minute chart there. So we can look for selling opportunities right there. Okay, so we'll wait a little longer to see what, once prices get there, we'll see how price behaves. And the euro, I was taking already long positions. I was taking some longs back here, and I took profits. And I was expecting from that candlestick right there, I was expecting a continuation all the way to the tops, and that didn't happen. So the momentum is kind of slowing down. So I'll be more careful taking longs. I'll look for very precise patterns. Dania, any chance that you analyze any other pairs? You mean? Yeah, if you have any pair you like, we can go ahead and analyze that one. Okay, I guess I'll stay with the USD CAD. Euro USD Quasimodo on 5-minute chart. Enrique, Quasimodo. I know. Okay, if you meaning this is the neckline, we tested that, and your next movement is to the downside. That's your Quasimodo, Enrique. I don't quite see it as a Quasimodo, but I might see what you mean. Yeah, I see that there's like a neckline and a break, and that the first test to that area, and then next movement. Yeah, it's valid. I don't call that I wouldn't call that Quasimodo, because we don't have a hedge like a left shoulder and a head well marked. But yeah, I see the break you're referring to, and now we might see a continuation to the downside. I won't hurry up and take shorts on the euro, because we have been trading up for the whole day, and all our bias is to the upside. So we're more inclined to take longs, unless I see a clear change in momentum or something. In any case, I would rather for price to go back to this area. And this is a nice demand that I would be willing to buy. Steve, how are you? Daniel, pound franc. Yeah, let's go. Let's have a look at that. Pound franc. Long, based on what time frame you took a long position, Daniel? Pound franc long. The daily, yeah, great. So at what price? You wanna take the mic and show us, or you want me to tell me your your levels, and I will show it here in my chart. So you took a long down here. Yeah, that's a nice trade. Yeah, we'll be testing now these highs. I wonder if we will break it. Yeah, for all your trades, you open two halves, and then you close half the trade, and then the other run. That's a very nice trade management. Yeah, well done, nice job. Now you can see on my actual trade, I can see the slowing momentum coming in. Like we had this up movement, and next up leg was actually shorter. You can see those. So so next leg might be either to the downside, or an even shorter impulse to the upside. So that's why, like, we're forming this little wedge here. So I won't take trades inside a wedge. So I will wait for the breakout of the wedge. So if this breaks up, I will wait for a pullback, and then I'll take a long out of the break. Same for the breakdown. So that's what I'm holding now on any trades on the pound. Of course, I'm on a long trade, so I would like this trade to just go straight up, but I need to understand that that doesn't happen. So I need to give market some room and some time, and I need time to be in my favor. Now what's going on with the CAD? even if I have placed a sell limit, I wouldn't be triggered here. So I need prices to go a bit deeper, and then I will take some shorts here. I need to wait for the setup to be there so I can trade it. Steve, yeah, that's exactly right. I don't want to buy high and sell low. I want the prices to go high so I can sell them. Daniel, what advantages can you get trading on lower time frames and cons? Overall, I find there's more advantages to trading on higher time frames. The challenge sometimes with depending on I guess depending on your objectives, because on higher time frames you will have less opportunities than or less setups than on lower time frames. So if you want to make like a consistent income or monthly income or so, there might be maybe on maybe on the end of the year or during the summer, you might have no opportunities at all on higher time frames, while you might have some opportunities on the lower time frames. But lower time frames will give you it will be more work and more, you will pay more commissions, and you will need to be in front of the charts longer. So there's a lot of cons of trading of short-term time frames. But I guess you can have more setups than on higher time frames. Yeah, you kept trades for 20 days. Yeah. So if you trade based on the daily, that's logical to hold trades for that longer. But what I show here, if you find a pattern on lower time frames and you learn it, you can then apply it on higher time frames, because same patterns happen on all time frames. So it's just a style, a trading style. There's no better or worse. The short term consumes too much time. I trade short term and I am 100% focused on trading currently. Yeah. Yeah, the short term is a lot of concentration. Leon, do any of the 5ers traders trade 1 minute time frame? I guess. I mean, there's hundreds of traders, so I guess there might be some 1 minute traders. You scalping again. It's trading personality, trading of a chart on another one. If you have the time, the availability, and you have the discipline to be in front of the charts and stay focused, so that's fine. Okay, so let's see how price behaves. Yeah, so I haven't taken the short now. I'm waiting. I need to see any kind of confirmation. So I haven't seen that. Haven't seen that. If this candlestick closes there, I could go short and place my stop loss maybe there. But the actual supply area, it's all the way up here. So prices might keep going up. So that's why I'm waiting. I haven't taken the trade. So I need to, I want prices to go to that area and then see if there's any short opportunity. Right now, it's just going straight up. So I don't want to short that right away. I want to watch for market behavior and then decide if I want to take the trade or not. And the kind of trade I'm aiming on this one, I'll show you something I sometimes do, and then I don't decide by I don't decide. I mean, I let the market to tell me if I need to hold longer on trades or take profits. So I don't go ahead and say, okay, I will scalp this one or I will swing this one. So I will, something I might do. I'll show you what I sometimes I do. So I look at pivots, correct? The pivots points where market transitions from down, up, down, up, and down. And then I average those movements, and then I see if price will start faster in my favor or slower in my favor or against me. So for example, I can measure these pivots here. I can see 30, 22 pips, 14 pips. Let me do the maths. So my price average has been 16 pips. So from pivot high to pivot low, price has, this market has moved in average 16 pips. So I need to understand where's the pivot about to form. And then when if I take a short, and that's actually the pivot, so I can target a 16 pip target, because that's what the market has been doing previously. M&M, there's a zigzag indicator that shows the average. I know the indicator, but I didn't know it tells you. So the zigzag shows you the pivot points, but I don't see where it tells you the average. Custom indicator. Yeah, I don't have that one. Yeah, but it's fine. I mean, my measure was 16 and the zigzag said 18. It's irrelevant. I just need to be aware of that. So if I take a short and prices start moving that direction, so I get out the trade, and if start moving super sharply in my favor, so it's moving faster, like more than average in my favor, so I might hold to that trade. Check out long pound CAD. Let's do that. Pound CAD. Pound CAD. You're also long, I understand, Daniel. Yeah, Steve, you're not with me on this one. I'm not also. I'm not there as well yet. I mean, this is kind of, if the average has been 16 and this is 23, so this leg here, it's overextended already. So I expect even if this is going to run higher, I expect a pullback before that happens, and that would be the trade I would be looking for. And if that pullback is going to happen, it should happen in around this area. That's the breaking point. So that's the first retracement to the breaking point, right there where it's right now. And then it tests this supply here. So it should be a reaction to the downside. Even if afterwards it will continue up, there should be a little opportunity to the short side. So we were here with Daniel, I guess, and you're long. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, so there's supply there. Let me see if that was visited already. And of course, this one right here and that one there. Those would be my lines for a target if you're already long. Okay, so this, don't mind. This one right here. Okay, so those are supply areas. So if you're already long, your target 76.24, 76.24. Okay, close to that one. Okay, price might face some resistance in those two lines, so just be aware of that before reaching your target. So that's a nice trade. Well done. What's going on here? I don't find anything to trade with you guys. Not in front of us, at least. Maybe the Aussie, if it goes down a little bit more to this area, we can start buying that. Have this. That demand right there. Okay, we'll give this market a few more minutes, and then we'll decide if we stay longer or we wrap up. Yeah, then what you can keep doing is analyzing everything on the daily, and then maybe looking for better entry points on lower time frames, like the hourly chart or 4-hour chart. Steve, is that to me or to Daniel? Thank you. We have some volatility here on the dollar yen. I wonder what's that, because only there. Okay, finally approaching the supply area. Let's see if there's any kind of reaction to that. So that's the beginning of the supply. That's the end of the supply area. Let's see if there's a reaction. Okay, there's no reaction at all. So this might just invalidate that supply area if it breaks through. You can feel there's a change in short-term momentum. We see that. Look at, wow, what's going on here? Is there any news or something? What caused that? Okay, I'll book these profits there and I'll look for a new entry. What's going on with the yen? Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, I don't think those news were scheduled. Were they? Because I did check the calendar before, and that wasn't there. Yeah, so no. Okay, so this is clearly a change in short-term momentum, at least. So for me trading this, I would be waiting for any kind of pullback and then joining this momentum, because you can see the speed of that. So this is first tiny demand. So pullback to that area might be a good entry point. I guess similar in the rest of the pairs. And the closing of today's candle will also tell us about the overall bias for the upcoming week. But we were forming, look at this, the Euro USD. Last week, we were forming these tails up, and we were some traders. I remember some traders even positioning themselves for a leg lower, and then we started there with a break of those highs, but now we're forming a new tail. So who knows? We might see this actually moving lower. We'll wait for the close of the day, and I'll decide how to approach that. Okay, guys, I think we'll wrap up now. We had a long-term view of the markets. Again, a short-term momentum like we're seeing now, it not always changes the overall bias. So those might be just opportunities to set up and to prepare yourself for the trades. So tomorrow, I believe Gil will be here with you. So see you tomorrow. Welcome to the new guys, to the new traders, and if you want to come to the webinar, I think you'll find a lot of value if you're interested in scalping techniques. And that's it. Have a nice week. Have a nice week, guys, and see you next week. Bye bye.